Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is a little awkward. 2 months ago, and I've alluded to this in some of my videos, I was diagnosed with something called a posterior visceral detachment. And that's, as you get older, fluid in your eye tightens up and it can pull free from the retina, and that causes like a bubble, and it's a little bit of a problem. It's a nuisance more than anything. It really isn't a dangerous condition, at least that's my understanding, and it's actually considered very common. It is possible for it to evolve into a detached retina, and last Monday, I guess about a week ago now, I suffered from that. I didn't know it immediately, but I thought I would share my story a little bit, because if somebody goes through this, it might be helpful to see some information about what to expect and things like that. I do not have a history of detached retinas in my family, so really didn't know what to expect here. So first of all, what you're seeing right now is I've got a mirror here. I don't know how easy it is to see, and this mirror allows me to look at something and see it right side up because it double reflects, right? It's flipping the image over. So I see everything right side up that way. I'm actually in what we have, well, honestly, it's like a massage chair, and it allows me to be face down. This is part of the regimen after retinal surgery of this type, that you have to keep your eyeline pointed, quote, towards the center of the earth. That's what the surgeon keeps telling me, as much as possible. So I have to be in a face down position roughly 55 minutes out of every hour is really what he really wants. And when I've been in his office and I'm off by just a couple of degrees, he like tilts my head forward just a little bit. So he's very specific about it. And as you can imagine, that makes life extremely difficult. So right now I'm living through this window mostly. Now I can sit up in that, and I can get up and move around, and that's, I'm not completely debilitated, but I cannot see out of my right eye right now is what it comes down to. So this is a headrest to keep me comfortable and keep me looking down to help with the recovery from the surgery. So I had the surgery, 4 days ago. This is the first day that I felt well enough where I could probably communicate with any kind of efficiency, just because a lot is going on. And so first of all, what happened with the retina? So my retina detached at the bottom of the eye, and so what I had noticed a week ago when it happened is I had lost about 50% of the vision in my eye, top to bottom. I couldn't see anything in the top of my eye. And it wasn't obvious right away because of that previous condition. It had kind of been playing some tricks on me as well. And so I couldn't, I didn't notice right away that I wasn't really seeing anything. It just kind of looked like an after image was there. But just by chance, when something happened, I don't even remember what, and I put my finger in front of my face and I realized I couldn't see it. And that didn't seem right. And then I saw it in my left eye very clearly, and really about just above the midline of my vision in the right eye up was completely gone. So I got into an eye doctor immediately the next morning. I noticed this about 6 p.m., so that really wasn't going to happen. I didn't panic about it much. I thought maybe it was just another side effect of this other thing that was going on, but the eye doctor pretty much immediately said, "You have a detached retina. You need to get to the emergency room immediately." And to make a long story short, surgery was scheduled for the next day. I had that surgery, and I've been in this face down type position ever since. So that's what's going on with me. It really sucks. I currently have, so the surgery itself, what they do is there's a few different techniques. The one they used on me is they put gas in my eye, nitrogen, or some sort of nitrogen mix, I guess nitrous oxide or something. I get to wear this little band here, and what the band says is it's a reminder. It's in case I'm in an accident or something, that an anesthesiologist doesn't use certain kinds of medications without checking with my doctor, because it can affect that bubble of gas they've put in my eye right now. And that bubble is literally a bubble in the eye that is helping support, I guess it helps put pressure on the retina to get it to reattach. My appointment today went pretty well. I saw two doctors, and the one said that the retina is now reattached. He was very, very pleased with it. That was the resident, and then my doctor came in and the surgeon, and he was very pleased with what he was seeing as well. So, as silly as this sounds, I'm now allowed to sleep on my side. I've had to sleep face down like this, and the recovery from this retina surgery is way, way, way worse than the surgery. I was conscious for the surgery, but I couldn't see anything that was going on. They drug you up in a way that you really don't see out of the eye. I could kind of sense some things were happening, couldn't feel a thing, really didn't notice at all. I could hear the surgeons talking. That was the resident and my surgeon as they're doing the procedure. It took about 2 hours, and maybe not quite that long, 90 minutes, I guess. And really wasn't uncomfortable at all. I've had no eye pain at all. The pain is in my back from having to sit like this. I've got a couple of different methods of sitting that kind of help, but I thought I would kind of show you around my world right now. You see this little guy and the chair, and I thought I'd show you guys the chair and what we're doing for sleepy time. Again, if you know somebody that's going through this or might need to go through it, it might help them to understand that other people have been there. You do power through. The recovery period is anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks of being face down. Hopefully, I'm looking at just over 10 days. Right now, we're going another week. And as I said, the surgery was now, 4 days ago. So, yeah, unfortunately, I've got to be like this for an extended period of time. And I can't do a whole lot. I can't really read. This eye, when I look down, I'm looking through the bubble. And I can see stuff, and that's really good. That's a good sign. If I sit up, I have no vision in that eye at all. The bubble sits in a way that it refracts the light away from everything, and I don't see black, but I can't really even see anything except gross motion, like somebody waving their hand right in front of my eye. That's about all I can see over there right now. That is all expected to get better. In fact, there's a very good chance I could have a 100% recovery. Again, what I experienced when it happened was all of a sudden there were, they're called floaters. They're little, it's like discharge inside your eye, and it causes shadows to happen on your retina, and you see little black dots, and they look like they're moving around. Honestly, it's what happened with the posterior detachment as well, and except when it happened last week, it was tremendous. It was like a firework went off. They just went everywhere, and they were running. It was like being at a picnic with ants, and they were just running everywhere. Is what it kind of looked like. It went away pretty quickly. That part did, but I was still having some of the floaters in that, and so we've decided that's when the quote unquote event was that occurred, where the retina probably finally let go and something happened. So, having caught it, gotten to a doctor within 48 hours, and surgery within 72 was key to that. Is what I'm being told. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this together with another quick video just to show some of the equipment we're using to help me get through this. We've rented this medical equipment. There's a company that delivers it overnight. Hi, Sam. My cats are talking to you guys. Now the dogs want to get involved. So there you have it. Let me go ahead and flip over, and I'm going to move around a little bit and kind of show you what we're doing here. All right, well, here's the chair that we're renting, and it comes with a whole bunch of fancy things to put on here. These things come off, and it's 100% adjustable. The seat can be raised and lowered, and it can, I've actually fallen asleep on it a couple of times. It's actually probably more comfortable to sleep on this than it is on my bed right now because of how I have to sleep. But it's just basically a massage chair, and that is a great thing that we're working with. I was looking this way through my mirror. The camera was between me and that television. So basically that's my entertainment right now, is getting to watch all sorts of television. There's my dog, Lady. She has not left my side since I got back from surgery. She's an outstanding little animal. We're going to go in the other room real quick. This is our guest room that I'm staying in right now, and I guess the big ad here is this little head thing on the edge of the bed. So normally, obviously, most people would sleep with their head up there. I've got to put my face in that little ring, and then I'm looking down while I sleep. I've got a stack of pillows to help try to get comfortable, because maintaining that position for an extended period of time at my age and size is very, very uncomfortable. I can sleep for about an hour and a half before I really start to cramp up, and I have trouble getting up afterwards is what's been happening. So it isn't as bad as it sounds on the surface, but the laying still is just torture, not being able to roll over on your side or your back. Now, as I think I mentioned, today I had a good report. I'm able to actually roll them to my left side now at night if I choose. We're trying to decide if that's even possible, because I would think that if I'm on my left side, I'm going to end up on my back, and that's not really okay. So we'll have to figure that out. Here's more of Lady. She still hasn't moved. Just right over here from me. She's taking good care of me. So I have a few options of where I can sit now, and that's super helpful. You can see my computer stuff that I've been kind of trying to figure out how to use if I can. And we're back where we started. One of the difficulties with like using the computer in that is I cannot judge distance at all right now. Binocular vision is what gives us that ability, and since I can really only see out of one eye, it's certainly a factor, but it's really surprising. Also, the refraction with the mirror in that increases distance a little bit, and so I can't quite tell where things are, like trying to touch them up here. Here I'd be okay, but up there I can't. I'm hoping to do some writing. I think I can do that on this table. This table raises and lowers, and then we have a kind of more traditional, what would this be, like the tray you see in a hospital that can raise and lower. We had gotten this while my dad was living with us when he was kind of in some bad shape. So I've been able to use that. My wife kind of figured out a way to work everything so that I can get a screen in front of me if I really want to, like an iPad. We've tried the laptop. It's, I'm 20% efficiency with it, unfortunately, and doing a lot of Audible books. It's the other thing I've been doing. So catching up on some series on Netflix and that I've been enjoying. But anyway, so that's where we are. And this is why you're not going to see any Rising Star 2 videos with Inches from Glory, or I probably won't be starting a Hollywood Animal reboot with the new build in that probably for a couple of weeks, unfortunately. I'm very disappointed in that, but I hope you'll hang around and stick with me. Oh, I'm being reminded, yeah. On top of all of this, our sewer backed up yesterday. So here I am, face down, and I can do nothing about it. And the alarm in the basement's going off that there's water in the basement, and so we get to deal with that as well. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I think my wife and my son are going to be kicking that around. I think I have a couple of friends that are maybe going to swing by and see if they can help as well. The initial problem is solved, but it's the the lingering problems of, got to have to clean everything that's down there and all that. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. And my dog decided now is the time to lick my hand, so I guess it's time to sign off. I want to thank everybody that's subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate that. I've had so many great interactions with folks. I'm looking forward to continuing those here in the very near future once I'm up and at 'em again. That might not be quite as quick as I want. I was really hoping he was going to tell me that I could start using a computer a little bit today. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was hopeful. So probably going to be at least another week before I'm really supposed to be looking at a screen with any kind of diligence. So there you have it. I do want to, again, say thank you for your time. If you know somebody that's going to be going through retinal surgery, or, feel free to share this with them. If I can answer any questions and comments, I'm happy to do that. I do think my umpiring days are over, so we'll see. That might be it for me there, but nonetheless, again, as always, I want to thank you for your time, and until next time, fair travels.